Okay, my power went out, so if anybody is still watching or ends up rewatching it later, then you'll know why this is part two. And I'm not gonna go ahead and re-advertise, although it's fine because the link tree is still the same. So 121 part two. That's not a bad deal because I haven't didn't directly do the I didn't post the link to the video stream directly, so you can go to the link tree anyways. It doesn't mean people will do it though, because they'd have to see it, and I haven't posted since I posted, so but that's all right. That's not really what's going on here, anyways. I don't know if anybody will be watching, but that's just fine. All right, let's go ahead and I'll just mute this, even though I'm not really listening to it in the first place. But we'll mute that. And okay, so where was I? I was. According to sign language, appears in red air, pretending to be a beast, and then disappears. Okay, so this is just a thing that happened just before. It wanted to prepare to send a Quicksilver ticket to John. And now we're going to this one. And John puts his three magic hats on his desk. Where, and then there's also a large box, almost like a safe. There's also a large box, almost like a little safe little door. Uh, where there sits, where there also sits a large box, which almost looks like like a safe with a little door. In the front of the box, a small door reads Magic Mailbox Zero, property of Halfway Hubert. Um, Honestly, I could probably leave it there, I think, because that just gives you enough right there. You use the Magic Mailbox, or you can use, if you wish to use a spell too, and then that way, and then just wait. Hubert mutters something about how intended delivery always takes too long. Hit one to continue. Okay. Save room data. Actually, I always do the two things. I do actually save the editor map scene and then the room data. Ultimately, what matters is what's in the JSON files, and that's where the save room data plugin works. The save plugin. Okay. Cerulean. Exzel notebooks comes across the sign language for the befuddled. Ah, this is where I put it in here. I actually put it in the room. Unicorn's language for the bewildered, befuddled beginner. The book has no barcode. Looks around. Um, you know, I should do the same thing to it that I do to everything else. These are supposed to be the events that happen in the game. And I'm already starting to do some pros, and I want to make sure that I kind of stay away from that because um, I want to do them. I want to do the narrative stuff when I'm done with this other stuff. Although you could look at it as extra work, but I want it to be all consistent. So while working at his library, John spots unicorn sign language for the beginner in the fairy tale section. Okay, he's not deciding what it belongs to. He's going to decide to take it home. Okay. Yes, he's going to take it home. Okay, I still have to come up with here. Let's just save and save. I have to come up with oh. Okay, we'll leave that. That's a little too wordy too. I'm gonna leave that though. Maybe up here I should have. Yeah, I should do that. We're not gonna have a mutter. That's thing. Let's say so ticket. Okay, I guess I can leave that. He then just waits. But in here, while gazing into the crystal ball, Hubert notices John working at the library. 'Cause, There we go. Part of this is just a setup here, and I haven't figured that out yet. Now let's do this real quick. Hubert takes a Quicksilver ticket and a few hats off his desk. Puts on and says some magic words. Ticket then disappears. As Hubert peers in the crystal ball, he sees John buys a candy bar and open it, seeing there's no ticket inside. He sends another. Then it seems to appear in a partially open wrapper. Okay, let's see if I can break this down a little bit. Placing a Quicksilver ticket on his desk, he grabs his hats and then says a few magic words. The ticket disappears. And as he's looking into the ball, he sees John opening his favorite candy bar with nothing in the wrapper. Huh. Okay. He then does the same thing again, only this time the ticket is partially visible inside the candy wrapper. On closer inspection, John notices only half of the ticket exists. Hmm. I guess I'm doing this all in one thing here. I mean, I could do a full thing here as far as puzzles and stuff goes, but uh, we'll just let this fly as is. Okay, so okay. Huh. He says if your ticket disappears, you look into the crystal ball. You have to. Okay. Hubert decides to try. storm. I mean, need so much as needed, and the power could go out here. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so a clone conjure spell and conjures a ticket on his own desk, and then after running to the crystal ball, he notices that John now has an identical ticket. Only something is off. The ticket doesn't appear to contain silver. But the message on the back seems to be intact. So all he can do is just wait for John to figure it out. Now, okay, so this is actually a lot of things for one page. And not that it really is. I mean, I have plenty of... Which state? Florida. Okay, I think that's what I'm gonna do as far as the story goes here. Because now both of these are now they're down to John, right? Except this one is a little bit more, right? Okay, so he's gonna take that home and he's gonna look at it, and some time's gonna pass, and there's gonna be some more, there'll be some more rooms there plopped on there. So we'll see. And then now I can actually get to some code stuff, which I wanted to do already. Okay, so we're gonna save that. We're gonna make sure everything is saved here. To make sure this is cleared out. Let's start taking out this debug prints too, or, you know, at least comment them out, I guess. But in any case, there's gonna be a ton of Cerulean Cerulean rooms there. Okay, so all right, so let's go back to the script. Okay, I'm gonna go to Grok for this because Grok's the one that um Editor map. Okay, it's stay June 4th. I guess it's been a few days. So still working to move the door stuff into the visual room class. Please acknowledge. Yeah, these functions, although called a bit different, are working. And now I'm just working on two functions, process and another one it calls. Let me pull up the code. Just a few moments. Okay. So let's go ahead and okay. You don't have to give me any code. Just some suggestions on how to handle uh, adding them into the visual room class. Here's the functions from editor.gd. Share this copy. Please keep answers short and concise. Again, I don't sample code just yet. I'm now feeling like it's morning and I feel like I want to sleep now. Earlier I didn't. I was all up and ready, and now I am. My eyes are they want to close now. Uh, we're gonna move the process functions. Add method update related lines, rooms, full node, and visual room. To handle both outbound and inbound line updates by checking other room stores. Add previous position property to visual room to store the last position replaced in the previous room. Position dictionary. And process logic in visual room. Position comparison logic in the visual room method like check position update lines. Called from the process in each room. Loop through rooms and call each room's check position update lines. Passing rooms. Removing direct door access and position check it. This approach encapsulate door and position logic. Okay. So let me look at the code here. Update lines for room and dependence. Previous positions. Okay. Previous positions has room ID. Previous positions room ID is not equal to current position. Okay. Room.id. Okay, so instead of a previous positions array, I have previous position. Okay. Mm-hmm. Update lines for all rooms that have this room as a destination. Inbound lines. Mm. This is going to take me a little bit to get to understand it, especially since my eyes want to sleep now. Um, hmm. So it's going to get the children of the rooms in the rooms node in scene class. Then it's going to make sure it's a visual room. Make sure that the child is a visual room. And previous positions has room ID. Um, if previous positions room ID does not equal current position. Update lines. Room independence. I might almost should call it a day because my eyes are just, they want to go to sleep now. Current position is room position. ID. Let's unwrap this a bit here. Um, so okay, let's do that. So the first thing I want to do is I want this. And I want to make this, wait, dot position. Okay. Oh, okay. Um, close. Uh, equals dot position. Okay, I want to just make sure that everything works right, so I'm gonna go ahead and reload save scene. Okay, and all this is gonna do is just update. I don't know why those lines are showing up. Oh, some sort of weird snapping thing going on, which I don't care that much, but okay. Control S, so save data. I wanna okay, that seems to be fine. So let's just remove. I'm just removing some of these things like this because just to make it simpler for me to look at. So that's the dot. That's the dot. Okay. Okay. Get children. Room is visual room. If freeze positions has room.id does not equal room position. Okay, so that's the first thing I need to do. That's actually what it said, but I need a previous position. And our previous position is a dictionary up here. Uh, huh, previous positions. Initialize previous positions. Hmm. Yeah, that's just a dictionary. Okay. Right. I know it's not declared. Let's go to visual room. We're just gonna say it equals 0. We'll go with that. Okay, let's do the thing. So that, we don't need that. Room dot previous position. It's not equal room dot position. The lines. Room dot equals room dot position. Yeah, I know, it's not declaring current scope. I'll get it in just a second. Mm-hmm. This time we can do that. This time we can do this. Shift N, Control C, Control V, and room dot previous position equals room dot position. All right, let's go ahead and save. We're gonna save everything. We're gonna reload save scene. Okay, so everything seems to be working. All right, I guess. Okay, let's go back to script. Okay, so how do we access the doors or the door? This is kind of a tricky thing here because it's going to go to for door in other room doors. Um, okay. Maybe you could pass the other room into it. This, all I'm just trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that there's no direct access to a door. Hmm. Let's go ahead and copy this. Okay, got the previous position thing. Here's a function, and I'm still trying to decide how to access doors, given that This function should be in okay. Please acknowledge or continuing. So, what suggestions do you have about moving that function into the visual room class? You need full source code with suggestions. Replace rooms that get children with a parameter other rooms, colon node, pass the rooms node. Would have direct access to editor maps children. Mm-hmm. I'm too sleepy now to follow anything. My mind is kind of mushy right now. Can I just pass other room to a function, the visual rooms class? I probably do need clarification, but could almost just pass doors. Door in other room. Dot doors. I think I might have to end this before actually getting to finish it. Um, or door in other room. Uh, yeah, that's not really working today. Other room and rooms that get children. If other room. We just don't want to access the doors. We want to get doors. Door destination equal to room ID. That doors. Okay, this is bugging me. Okay. Independence. Update door lines. Door in other room doors. Door at destination is equal to room ID. Hmm. Really what I want is I want to be able to pull up the door. Like, it's almost there. It's, my mind doesn't want to do it. Inbound lines. Or door in other room doors. Gonna update all the door lines, huh? I don't know. I'm sure it's not very exciting for anybody that's watching this, but we just want to know when to update. So when the door destination, when the other room's door, any other room than the current run door's destination is equal to the current room ID. Door destination is equal to the room ID. Update the door lines. That goes through each door. I don't know here. Check all the doors. I don't feel like these lines should be what's put into visual room class. Adamus that like has destination to room ID. Cool. Any door's destination matches the given room ID. Capsulate door access. Implement has destination to iterate over doors internally, keeping direct doors access within visual room. Okay. Update color. Update lines. Replace the loop with if other room has destination to room.id. Uh, colon. Other room.update door lines. Trigger update. Maintain logic. Ensure has destination 2 returns true on the first match, like the original break, aligning with current behavior. Oh, that it just means returns, right? It returns automatically. Okay. Visual room. Let's do that. I don't know where to put it though. Exactly. Func has destination 2. Okay. Room ID. We want to return a bool. So, turn false. Okay, that's the first thing. The next thing is to go through. So if this current room is going through the current room's doors, so in editor map, okay, so then so what we do here, this doesn't matter for door in indoors. Say self doors. Okay, so that would be room ID like that. Okay, return true. Does this work for that function? Yes, your function works for the intended purpose. I don't know why it has to do all this. All right, we'll go ahead and string doesn't really matter, but we'll do it anyways. I do Pascal case for function names. I mean, if, anyways, yeah. Now let's go back to the editor map, and we'll go ahead and link if. Actually, I forgot I could do, well, all right, if other room that has destination 2, that'll be room ID. Then it should work in theory. Okay, what's the little issue? It says, you replace for door another room doors loop with another room that has destination 2 room ID, which removes door access to visual rooms intended. Returns true if any door in other room points to room ID matching the original behavior of the loop. If match is found, other room update door lines is called to update inbound lines, the original purpose. The break statement inside the if block applies to the innermost if, not the for loop over the other. This means current behavior of the break doesn't stop for other loop. It only exists the if block, which is unnecessary since there's no more code. The loop will continue through all other room nodes. Original behavior. The original code, the break was inside the for loop, so it stops checking for doors. Okay. So remove a necessary break. Now I can remove Control Z. Yeah, let's do this here. Let's just do that. In fact, let's do this. Delete. Okay, we'll leave that up there. And it should work like it's supposed to. We'll see if it does. It might not, but it should. Okay, so Control S, we're going to save that. We'll save room data for good measure. Clear that out. Reload save scene. Okay, and then you just kind of, whoop, move this out. It doesn't mean the other rooms aren't crossed now. Now they're all crossed. Save room data, not switch back. Okay, everything seems to work. Everything seems to work well. Thank you. I think I've gotten rid of all the door stuff. I think. Okay, so we're gonna pull up this. Updated some room text and moved more door stuff into visual commit domain, shorten. Let's go to script here. Now let's just go ahead and we're actually going to go ahead and delete these. So let's close previous for right now. Actually, previous positions are clear. Now we only have okay. Everything's saved. Let's go into here. Up commented out code commit push. Okay. I think we're about done here for today. Do my little recording. Is removing room. Okay. Now let's do something here. Let's do door. Restart doors. All right. Big door lines. Create doors from specs. All right. Build doors. Door data. It's actually saving out door data, I think. Door lines. And it looks like I got everything I needed to do. All right, I'm going to conclude. Actually, here, let's do something here. Oops. What did I do? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to paste editor map.gd and I want you to go in and confirm all the error code has been removed. You don't need to analyze it beyond that. Previously interacted with doors, encapsulate door access. Okay, so we've got that part done. Okay. Should have been done a long time ago, but that's okay. Um, yeah, so okay. Operations involving doors are now handled. Okay, so I still have a long way before I actually have finished completely like decoupling or not decoupling per se, but I finished the whole separation because the next thing I want to do is um, so we're gonna start. Let's see. I'm gonna want to incorporate a door object into Visual Room so that all door operations I don't have to do with visuals are actually linked to the variable rather than to the the member variables. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Visual Door doesn't really have that much going on for it. But of course, color is going to be through a member variable, a door member variable. That means all the rest of that code and stuff has got to access the door variable rather than visual door variable. And the way I expose these are going to be through access functions. So I'm going to have something that says, each of these. I'll get Grok to help me with that a little bit. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my little recording here at the end, and then I'm gonna wrap it up for today. And tomorrow will be back to normal, kind of, and we'll get some more done. We'll see if we can't get John to that portal there tomorrow, and so that way I can I can move on to the next area, the next set, the next beat, the next story beat. All right. John's gonna step through the portal, and then we're gonna actually switch characters. We're gonna switch to Chester. Okay, here we go. Today is Wednesday, June 4th, 2025, and today I did get a little bit done with the. Here, let's just go ahead and Hubert home 8. Hubert home 7. Okay, we're going to start with 7, right? Okay. So basically, just to show a little bit what I did today, let's do this. Let's do switch room to 002 Hubert home 7. Here, Big John decides somehow to send a Quicksilver ticket via his favorite candy bar. Pulling 3 hats from his head, he rearranges them, puts them back on, and says some magic words. A book called Unicorn Sign Language for Beginners appears midair before changing to Beauty and the Beast and then disappears. Hit 1 to send Quicksilver ticket to John. 1. Okay, I actually have to fix that, but okay. John puts 3 magic hats. John doesn't put 3 magic hats on his desk. That's Hubert. I gotta fix that too. Also, this is a large box. It almost looks like a safe. On the front of the box, there's a small label which reads "Magic Mailbox." Probably halfway. Hubert. If you wish to use a magic mailbox, hit 1. If you wish to use a spell or 2, okay. Here it pulls the door on the box, puts a silver ticket into it, then says the magic says the destination out loud. John Thomas Cerulia, Benny Walkie, chocolate bar on inside the wrapper, then just waits. While gazing at the crystal ball, Hubert notices John working at the library. When to continue. While working in the library, John spots Unicorn Sign Language for Beginner in the fairy tale section, and that's as far as I got with that. So, let's go ahead and switch room to 002 Hubert home 7 again. Okay, we're going to do that same thing again. If you wish to use a spell or 2 to send John a silver ticket, hit 2. Places a quick silver ticket on his desk, he grabs his hats and then says a few magic words. The ticket disappears and he's looking in the crystal ball. He sees John opening his favorite candy bar with nothing in the wrapper. He then does the same thing again, only this time the ticket is partially visible inside the candy wrapper. On closer inspection, John notices only half of the ticket exists. And really it should be Hubert noticing it in the inspection, but it's kind of the same thing. Hubert decides to try Clone Conjure spell and conjures up a ticket on his own desk, and after running to the crystal ball, he notices that John now has identical ticket, only something is off. The ticket doesn't appear to contain Quicksilver, but the message on the back is intact. So all I can do is wait for John to figure it out. When to continue. And then that's just pretty much what I've got there so far. And then script-wise, I moved everything into Visual Door. So the last things that I needed to do was in this one, this update lines for room independence. This actually went through. I should be more consistent, but this actually went through a loop and actually looped through the doors and then matched room ID to destination ID, and then it broke out of the loop. Okay, this does virtually the same thing. Has destination 2, matches it, and if it's true, then it updates the door line. So your end result is that that this sort of moves like it's supposed to. It goes like it's supposed to. So that's the benefit of that. And that's about what I got done today. So thanks for watching. Stop recording. Okay, thanks for everybody that stopped by. Thanks for everybody that will stop by. And I will see you on Thursday, June 5th, 2025, and we'll continue this adventure. Thank you for watching.